This is the beach at Hua Hin, Thailand, which is in the Gulf of Thailand. Which, if you're looking at it on the map, it's on the west side of the Gulf, which means it faces east. So the sun rises in the morning and it's going to set behind you. So I explored a good part of that part down there this morning when I walked, and now I'm going to hit this way. I'm disappointed. It's one of those kind of developments where, urban developments where you have a main thoroughfare development on either side, and the beach side is developed such a way that there's no beach. There's no beach view. You can access the beach through various roads that go down to the beach, right? But you can't see it. I really dislike that sort of development. I suppose it's one thing for residential. You know, people want to own a house on the beach. Yeah, I get that. But for commercial development, I like the way it is in, say, Pattaya, where I'm moving to, where both Pattaya Beach and Jomtien Beach, there's a beach frontage road, and there's no development on the beach side. They're just people with their little kiosks and umbrellas and chairs, which is good, and a big sidewalk for walking, or you can walk on the sand, and on the other side of the street is all the development. To me, that's ideal, right? This way, you have, yes, they're great properties, and if you're staying in one, you love it, no doubt about it. But you know, not so great for the public beach. Okay, more later. So one other thing I didn't talk about when I walked this morning, so in addition to what I just said about them developing right on the beach, it's like they don't even give a decent setback. So a decent setback might be something like, okay, high tide area, plus, you know, 50 meters seems reasonable, right? And then you have a nice big beach, but like in some places, I don't know what, I assume it was high tide this morning. I didn't look at tide tables. You can easily find them online, or I think probably just ask Siri or Google. But generally, I think recently high tide is in the morning hours. So, but it was like at a point, it's on average maybe 10-15 meters of setback between the property. They all build walls, so you can see, I mean, you can see the terrace of the property, but then there's like a 3-foot wall, stairs coming down. But then at a point it was like right on the wall, so you'd have to get in the water, like swim. Not just a foot. That I did a few times, but I wasn't outfitted. I had my wallet, I had my phone, all that stuff. So tomorrow I will go do it again, but I will call it a beach walk, swim, walk, and then walk back, swim, walk back. So here's an example. Let me flip the camera here. Get here. Okay, that's a really nice looking property right there. I'm sitting across it from it on the rocks here, right on the water. So that's a nice property. But look how little beach, you know, little beach. Now, I'm not sure whether those steps over there are access, but then there's steps to the right, and that looks like a pass around for a public pass around. So we're gonna go take a look at that. So yeah, if you're gonna do it, at least create the passages. As it is, you know, when you walk down there where I walked this morning, every property is is private property, residents only, or guests only, you know. So, and even though you're looking right at the steps and like it's right on a road that goes all the way out to the main road, which is about 200 meters, I think, roughly about 200 meters to the main drag. And so you have to walk to find a beach access path or road. You know, it's an age-old story in all around the world. You know, people want to, you know, the problem with urban planning and urban development like this is you think business is every, you know, it goes to the highest bidder, or in the case of getting work done, the lowest bidder. But who wants the access to the highest bidder? Government is the ultimate in highest bidder, gets to have it and exclude everybody they want to who isn't willing to pay their price. Now, you know, I'm a free market guy, but on the other hand, I find it a little bit sad that this kind of capitalism, libertarian capitalism, free market thing has no talk or provisions of just about like fucking, hey, how about humanity, right? Yes, got to make a profit. Yep, got to make a profit for the shareholders. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. If you lose money, you fail, right? Absolutely. But you can say, well, you know, we're going to have some principles about, you know, basic human elements, aesthetics, things like that, and we're just going to have to invest in that, and maybe it takes longer for us to recoup our investment, but we think the long-term prospects of profitability call for a lot more of human element, humanity into our designs, not just profit, profit, profit. We can make this much. All right, let's go take a look at that other place. Okay, let's check it out together here. This is the bypass. So, like I said, that's good. You're gonna develop so close to the beach, and do something like this. Dude. Nice property for sure. I'm not criticizing the properties, I'm just saying, you know, you could easily have that same property with 4 times as much beach. And the residents there would like it more. They could come down. But see, that's part of it too. Now you want them sitting on the terrace buying your expensive foo-foo drinks. Yeah, you know, again, screw, fuck the humanity. We have shareholders to consider, and quarterly profits, or our stock price gets hammered. You know all that shit, right? So that's why you have malls in America that look like they do. Every single, you go one, you've seen them all. It's like watching a porn flick. Good parallel there too. Now, as I just said that, coming on new exploration here, suppose you have no beach, right? Well, then you kind of go the other side, and you do piers, and you make use of it that way, and they can be great. I mean, everybody's been to like piers, go way out. Like sometimes there's stuff on both sides, and you can go way out. You know, it's pretty cool. So this is not continuing on to the beach. We basically end the beach. So let's go see what it is. You know, it's all just interesting though. You know, still not sold on Wahin, and a lot of it's kind of, from what I've gathered talking to people, it's kind of very much a love-hate thing. People that love it and people that just don't like it at all. And I am kind of leaning towards the don't like it. I'm more like, I don't really care for it much. And it's mainly because of that beach stuff. Alright, let's see what it is here. So, I'm walking back down, I'm walking down the street closest from where all those piers are. And this is, it is 1:30 in the afternoon. Now, I'm not seeing it at nighttime, so chances are there's going to be more at night, but it's not super. You would expect there to be a lot more action, like especially like lunch. I mean, it's said 13:30, 13:40, so you know, prime lunch hours, you know. And I'm not seeing anything. Still a lot of places closed. That's closed down for rent, you know. So the re-emergence of tourism here in Thailand, which is recovering quite well, hasn't really hit this part of Hua Hin. Now down where I'm staying, down by the big market village, everything, there's some nightlife streets down there. I noticed yesterday, one that's just bar after bar after bar, girl bars. So I'm gonna check it out tonight, see what the local talent is like. But but you know, this should be, if this was in Pattaya right now, these places would be swarming. They're starting to, the places in Pattaya's places are swarming from like 10 in the morning now. This is a menu I've got to check out. Well, I'm sitting here, just finished dinner, lunch. It's actually 2:45. So when I looked at that menu, and then I saw a couple of the plates coming out. It's a nice place, owned by a Brazilian guy, I guess. It's called Big Bull Brazilian Steakhouse. Menu's really straightforward. So they do have the Brazilian steakhouse kind of thing. Pretty decent price for that, but I think it's probably going to be at night because there's not enough people. But their a la carte steaks are really well, they're not really a la carte because it's a meal. I'll get to that. I did a Google review already. I'll just read you that. It says, just walking around about 13:30, looked very nice, checked menu, simple, straightforward, good prices, and the plates I could see in front of diners looked great. All the steaks are 250 grams, and I know what 250 grams looks like. I had the sirloin, 520 baht. That's roughly $15. Okay. Only after I ordered did I learn of the salad bar included, and it's a first-rate salad bar. I mean, really fresh, lots of different ingredients. One interesting thing, they have this, I forget what it's called, but it's not croutons. It's like breadcrumbs and bacon bits mixed together. Try it. It's an interesting idea instead of croutons. Yeah, it works. So talking about the salad bar, like I said, I had the sirloin 520 baht. Only after I ordered did I learn of the salad bar included and its first rate. This kicked the overall value into the heavens. Oh shit! So highly recommended. And right now I'll cut to the photos. Okay, see you back on the road. So I'm walking down the pier that sticks out the most, and just to get a different perspective, and I'll be at the end of it in a few minutes. Well, a whole lot of nothing at the end of the pier, there. A lot of ocean. It's a different perspective. Someone getting a little thing here, but came out here to get kind of a view. So, you know, the buildings go down as far as you can see through the haze, but, you know, it's still the same sort of development. And the whole beach is developed. There's no, like, you know, nice beach thoroughfare, you know, sidewalk, you know, beach drive, anything like you find in cities that are much better planned, right? And where the beachfront property didn't just go to the highest corporate bidder, right? Like I said, you know, I'm a capitalist. I'm a free marketeer, but you know, I just wish sometimes some of these people would look at what they've wrought and say, God, that's fucking ugly. We must be a bunch of money-grubbing scum. And they would be right. So, not sure how deep the water is, whether I can hold, I mean, there's nothing on the pier, so evidently it is solely, I don't even see fueling. So it can't service, you know, I'm a former Navy guy, so I look at this stuff. So there's no shore electric hookup, there's no refueling, and from the access road and the terminal, if you could call it that, doesn't look like there's any significant commercial activity here. You know, I imagine cruise ships come in here, but they probably simply just do what most cruise ships do, and that is anchor offshore and run the boats. So, I guess I'll start heading back this way, because I don't see any point in just doing a lot of more of the same that way. By the time I get back, I'll have my kilometers in, and plus I did about, I don't know, maybe 3 or so this morning. It'll probably come out to maybe 6-ish. So that'll be a good almost 10K day. All right. Yeah, I don't know. You get down from the area where I chose to stay, because I heard about it around like between Soy 80 and Soy 90 roughly. There's a big market down there. You know, you got a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Starbucks, a pizza thing, a Sizzlers, you know, that sort of place. And it has a downstairs food street, street food thing. Oop, looks like we got to cross here. But, you know, going down the side streets, so not only am I not seeing a lot of rebound, there's see a number of tourists, most older folk, you know. I'm really looking at the Strait of Wahin, but my sense is that, you know, you get these kind of things, and someplace becomes a typical or favorite destination because of the because of initial inertia, and then, you know, they recommend it to other people, and other people go, they like it, they recommend it, so on and so forth. Now, Pattaya has been a thing for quite a while, but the difference between, if you go from Bangkok, it's about 2 hours to Pattaya, about 3 hours to Wahin. But the difference with Wahin is that it's on the peninsula going all the way down to Singapore. So there's a trade route of sorts all down the peninsula, right? There's going to always be traffic either way. Going down to Pattaya, it's kind of like a one-way trip. Is you're going down there to go to Pattaya. It's not like, oh, we're going to here or any, you know, dozens or possible hundreds of places. Oh, and let's stop in Wahin, right? So I don't know what its history is. Maybe I'll look it up. put it in the description. But I look around the Cyprus, and not only are a lot of the places for Farang depressed, but also the places for Thais. Now the reason for that is because when you don't have the tourists here, then a lot of Thais go home, which is somewhere in the rural areas of Thailand, because they don't have work here. And so the business, the other Thai businesses that cater to them, you know, they go under as well. It's kind of how it works. You know, dominoes fall. And, you know, this whole lockdown policy globally was like, it's like, how do you tell that every single leader, politics, whatever, of every single country in the world knows squat about fucking economics, introduce a pandemic and scare the shit out of people like they did for COVID, literally showed how fucking economically ignorant every fucking country is. And we've seen evidence of it. I don't need to make an argument. I don't need to make an argument. It's right before your eyes. Whoever your leader was, they're a fucking idiot, including Trump. He didn't do enough to say this is bullshit. He wanted to get reelected. That's when he became a politician. And he lost. Now, fraud, certainly, but enough to make the difference? We'll never know. We'll never know. All right. Well, I'm back. See what I'm at here in terms of distance. See here, trails. There it is. Trails. I'm at 5.5 kilometers for this trip. Way too long a time, but I didn't pause it when I stopped. But 3 hours out, no, 2.5 hours out, 5.61 kilometers. Okay. Now, probably put this up, and I want to show you where I'm staying. This is what happens when you don't like go to. So I got here, I started looking. See that? Apartment nearby beach. That's really what it's called, because it's on top of this board shop. Very cool board shop, huh? Everything in boards. Boards, boards, boards. See? So yeah, no reservations travel. You never know what you're gonna get, right? Are you the owner?
Yes, welcome. Joe.
Joe, yeah. Where are you from?
Germany.
Germany?
Yeah.
I'm half German. My dad was born in Germany.
Welcome.
Yeah. Cool.
We have a lot of toys here.
Yes, you have lots of toys. I told everybody, it's like, it's everything board. What if you have to have a board, this is where you come. Is that correct?
Exactly, the right place.
Yeah. And the apartments are. I love finished cement. It's like why put anything on it?
Yeah,
finished cement looks very good.
Yeah, minimalistic.
Minimalist. There you go. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Bye. Okay, let's go. Take a walk upstairs. I'll show you what I mean. And I have a key to this door at night. So there's like, I think there's like about 6 or 8 apartments, but there's 4 ways up. So this is just one of them. And so each of them have like one, I think that could be an apartment, but it's like space. Now this looks like a mirror, huh? So you got this there and that there, right? So you think, oh, that's a mirror, cool mirror. That's not. It's a feature. Walk through it, see. Isn't that cool? Right? So I just love concrete like this. Either like you're in a dungeon or like you're in a cool place. Okay, let me get my key out before I get in this little, there should be a light on up here. Maybe it is out. And I'm pretty sure my room's a goddamn mess. But I was just trying to organize some stuff. But so here's what it looks like. See, concrete floor, bathroom with staircase, feature. See, you call it a feature, right? Because it looks cool, right? Bed. We just had a desk and table. The TV works. I have my Roku stick, which I don't leave home without, even though I don't use it very much. And actually, down there is the entrance where we just came in. Now, they have this locked off because they don't want you going out there, one of these things. But you know, I'm Richard Nikoley. So. But you know, just be nice about it. So, aircon works, but this room was like, what was it? 400. The total came to like 900 baht, which is like under $30 for 2 nights for this place. Could you stand it? And the air condition works, TV works, you know. Hot water heater works, which is that, although I don't have it set very high. And there's a pool. I'm gonna go down to the pool. I'll take a little video of that too, just a minute, and then we'll close it out. Okay, so could you stand that for under 15 bucks a night? Under 30 for 2 nights? I can, you know. I like this, the pool is right over here. Here's the car I'm driving, my friend's car. It's a Mazda 3, very, very nice, peppy automobile. Really gets up and goes. It has a sports mode. A street like this, it reminds me of when I first came to Thailand in 1986. Because I guarantee you these buildings were still there, so it looks just like it did back then, right? Very cool. And they're hotels. It's like timeless, like nothing has changed in 35 years, right? Okay. And I already did one short session in the pool. So this looks like to be a community pool here for the people that stay in all these places. So they probably just split the bill, the maintenance bill, but it's clean and it's cool. And I'm gonna go jump in.